Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the problem shortest routes 1 from CSCS graph problem set. Let's go through the problem. There are n cities and m flights connections between them. Your task is to determine the length of the shortest route from Sirjala to every city. So the first input line has two integers n and m, the number of cities and flight connections. The cities are numbered from 1 to n and city 1 is Sirjala. After that, there are m lines describing the flight connections. Each line has three integers a, b, and c. A flight begins at city A, ends at city B, and its length is c. Each flight is a one-way flight. You can assume that it is possible to travel from Sirjala to all other cities. You have to print n integers, the shortest route length from Sirjala to cities 1 to n. Okay, so let's try to first of all understand what the problem is. The problem says that there are n cities numbered from 1 to n. Let's suppose this is city 1, city 2, city 3, city 4, city 5. Okay. There is a flight between cities as you look. M lines describing the flight connection. Each line has three integers a, b, and c. A flight begins at city A, ends at city B, and its length is c. This means you have flights from flight connections between different cities. Let's suppose there is a flight connection between 1 and 3, and there is a length given that what is the length of this flight. Like if it is from 1 to 3 and the length is given, let's suppose the length is 5, and it is a one-way flight. Like it's not that you go from 3 to 1 and the flight exists from 3 to 1 as well. It's not that. It is only a one-way flight. You can go from 1 till 3 and the length is 5. Similarly, let's suppose there exists a path from 3 to 4. There exists a flight from 3 to 4 with length of 7, from 4 to 5 with a length of 2, from 1 to 2 with a length of, let's suppose 3, from 2 to 4 with a length of 6. Okay, let's suppose these are the connections that is given to you, and from 2 to 5 with a length of 1. Now the question is that you are initially at city 1. You need to find the length of the shortest flight you would take from city 1 to every other city, including city 1. So just tell me, from 1, what is the shortest length via which you can reach city 1? It is 0, right? You are standing at 1 only. So from 1 to reach 1, the shortest distance is 0. Okay. Now from 1 to 2, what is the shortest distance? It is 3 only, right? It is 3 only. So from 1 to 2, the shortest distance becomes 3. From 2 to 5, or from 1 to 5, if I ask from 1 to 5 what is the shortest distance, there are multiple paths you can follow. You can follow from 0 to 2, then 2 to 4, and then 4 to 5. This is one path that you can follow. What is the other path you can follow? From 1 to 3, 3 to 4, and then 4 to 5. Right? Or you can follow 1 to 2 and then 2 to 5. Now tell me, which is the shortest path? If you just notice, 1 to 2 and then 2 to 5 has a total length of 4. And any other route has a greater length. The length greater than 4, right? So to reach 5, the shortest length is 4. Similarly, you can calculate for reaching city 4 as well. There are again two paths. You go from 0 to 2, then 2 to 4, or 1 to 3 and then 3 to 4. Now just tell me what is the shortest length. If you follow this particular path, the length is 3 plus 6, that is 7. If you follow this particular path, the length is 5 plus 7, that is 12. 3 plus 6, that is 9, and 5 plus 7, that is 12. So definitely 9 is the shorter one. So the shortest distance from 1 to 4 is 9. And similarly, the shortest distance from 1 to 3 is 5. So this is what the problem is. You need to output the length of the shortest path from city 1 to every other city. I hope the question is clear to each and every one of you. Now to solve this problem, if you just notice, we have a single source. And we need to find the shortest path. Shortest path to every other city. To every other node, you can say. For this thing, from a single source, if you want to find the shortest path, we have a very famous algorithm, that is Dijkstra algorithm. So I won't be discussing like how does Dijkstra work and all in this particular video. You can refer to any other video, or I can make a separate video for this. But yes, if you have a single source and if you want the shortest path to every other node via that single source, so you simply follow a Dijkstra algorithm, where what we use a priority queue to get the shortest current path or distance basically. In earlier questions, whatever we have discussed till now, we were required to find the shortest path, but instead of maintaining a priority queue, if you guys remember and if you guys have watched a video, we were using a simple queue. And the reason I told there that since the weight of the edges is either 0 or 1, so in that case you can definitely use a queue instead of a priority queue, and this comes under 0-1 BFS. This is because what is the need of priority queue? You want the shortest distance at the top. We use minimum priority queue basically. So using 0-1 BFS, instead of using priority queue, you will get the minimum distance at the top automatically. So for that reason, we were not using priority queue there. But over here, since the edge weights are greater than 1, they can be greater than 1. So to get the minimum distance at the top, you need to use the priority queue. There can be multiple implementations. You can use minimum priority queue, maximum priority queue, or you can use set as well. But the code we are going to discuss over there, I have implemented the Dijkstra via minimum priority queue, which is the most common of all as well. Okay, so let's see the code. The only thing that I wanted to discuss in this particular video is that if you have a single source and if you want to get the shortest path to every other node via that single source, so the algorithm that comes into act is Dijkstra. Okay, let's see the code. So first of all, I am taking the inputs of n and m, constructing the adjacency list, taking the inputs of u, v and weight. That is, there is a flight route from u to v and the length is weight. Took the input, converting it to 0 based indexing. Since the format is given in 1 based indexing, and then in my adjacency of list of u, I am pushing back v comma weight. Since it is a one-way path, I am not repeating it for like adjacency list of v dot pushback u comma v. Okay, since it is one-way path. Then constructed a distance vector, initialized it with long max, and since my current node or the starting node is 0, so from 0 to reach 0, the shortest distance is 0, right? So in my distance vector, at index 0, I simply replaced the value with 0. Then I constructed a minimum priority queue where I am using two things. First of all, I have constructed pair where I am using two things. First of all is the distance and the second is the node. So in my priority queue, I simply push back whatever is my current node. My current source node is 0, and to reach to that particular source node, the distance is 0, right? So in my priority queue, I push back 0, 0. Now a simple like Dijkstra algorithm as we write, while the priority queue is not empty, extracting the topmost element, I am pushing the weight or basically the distance in current distance and the node in the current node, and then popping the topmost element of the priority queue. Now if my current distance is greater than whatever is the shortest distance to reach this particular node, it may be that first of all, when you came over here via this path, you followed this path, you came over here, then for node 4 you pushed the distance 12, you pushed it in the priority queue. It may be that in future you would have done things like this. You would have followed this path and then reached over here, and the shortest path was 9, and you would have definitely got this one at the top, and you would have already processed this. Now when you come at this with distance of 12, because this was also pushed in the priority queue, right? If you guys haven't understood this, from 0, first of all I went, let's suppose went to 3, and then I went to 4. My distance was 12, and initially from node 1 till node 4, the distance pushed was 1e8. That was the maximum distance. So since I got a distance lesser, I pushed it in the priority queue, right? My priority queue will have this thing like distance 12 with node 4. Let's suppose in future I did something like this. I went to this path, I followed this path, and then I came over here. And now to reach 4 from 1, the shortest distance will be 3 plus 6, that is 9. And I haven't processed it till now. Okay, I haven't processed it till now. So what we will get? We will get that, okay, the distance is 9 to reach the node 4. Now, which one will you process first? Since you are using the minimum priority queue, you will process this particular thing first. And you have processed. Okay. Now, in future, you will get this element as well, because we are running the while loop while the priority queue is not empty. Now, tell me, should you process it once again? No, right? Because in your distance vector, the shortest distance to reach node 4 was 9. And this says you that the shortest distance is 12. So you should ignore this. So that's what I have written over here. If you don't write this thing, you might get TLE, because the time, like the test cases given in the CSES problem set is very like tight. Okay. So if the current distance is greater than whatever is the minimum distance to reach that particular node, you simply continue. If not so, just go over all the adjacent or the neighbor nodes for the current node. I am pushing the node in neighbor and its weight in edge weight. My new distance become whatever is the current distance plus this edge weight. And if for the neighbor, that distance, the distance in the distance vector is greater than whatever the new distance is. So I update the distance, and in my priority queue, I push this neighbor along with its distance. So once you follow this, you will get the shortest distance from node 1 to every other node. A very common Dijkstra algorithm, very, very important. You guys, if you guys don't understand this, like how I have written the code or something, you should definitely follow some reference for Dijkstra, and definitely you will understand that after this. The only thing that you guys need to remember is whenever you are given a single source and you need to find the shortest path from that node to every other node, we use Dijkstra algorithm. So now once we have calculated the distance from node 0 to every other node, I am simply printing the distance and then a new line. So I hope all of you understood this. Thank you.